Hello, welcome back to this week's miracle video. I'm so glad you're here. I've got lots of miracles for you today. First off, a viewer sent us a brand new microwave. We got it yesterday and we are loving it already. It's so nice to be able to warm up leftovers again or to melt butter for a recipe, little things like that. So thank you so much. We're really grateful for that. What a tender mercy. The second miracle is a healing miracle. So back about at least 6 months ago, I think it was early April, I was hiking McAfee Knob with Samuel and Anderson, and I noticed when I walked a certain way, my foot hurt, my ankle mostly. And so it was like, like your foot is usually hiking or, flat is like 90-degree angle. And it was just if I like put it probably like 50 or 60 degrees, and like I couldn't go one way. I couldn't get it to go like 45 or 30 or something. Every time I hit that, it just hurt. But it could like rotate and felt fine, it felt fine all the time, just when I hiked a certain way. Well, it continued like that all summer. It was mostly just when I was hiking, I would notice it. So it must be like going up a steep hill. It couldn't bend that far. But I also noticed it on my exercise bike in the mornings. That you do kind of sometimes go farther than 90 degrees, like 80 or 70 or something. But I just always kind of didn't do that. Like I could do it with my right foot, but not with my left. I would try not to bend it that much. And it just out of habit, I'm usually reading when I'm exercising. So I would just notice it every couple of mornings, if I bent it too much. I also notice it in the evenings. Every evening I'll do some squats. So I'll just put my hands on my hips and your knees go over your feet a little bit, and it will make your foot go less than 90 degrees. And it always hurt at the same spot. And so I just have to avoid that same spot. So this week I was on my exercise bike and I noticed it hurting, and subconsciously, like it's just always there, but I kind of avoid it. And it doesn't really bother me. Just every once in a while, I'll do that lunge or a squat and I'm like, ow, ow. And I just go the other way or whatever. And it feels like if I push too far, it's going to pop. So, or break or something. Like it just won't go. It just hurts and it won't go, but it will go all the other ways. If I'm not doing anything, it's perfectly fine. So I was riding my bike and just kind of wondering, I should maybe not either like get it checked out or look it up or just like actually think about it, because I always just avoided it. It didn't really bother me at all. And so I just started rotating my foot a lot and kind of feeling where it actually did that at, and wondering if it's maybe just some sort of arthritis or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know what I was doing. I was just thinking about it, thinking I need to address this, and I prayed that it would just go away, and that I don't know what I did, but all of a sudden it was gone. It was so gone. And I just kept reading and not really thinking about it. But then that night, then I did my usual lunges and it was not there. The pain wasn't there at all. And my foot could go really far, like 45 degrees or whatever. And I was just like, no way. Like what, where did it go? And I had not been able to find that pain anywhere. No matter how I put my foot, it never hurts. I've been like walking up and down the hills and the stairs, seeing how it used to hurt if I hiked a certain way. So the pain is totally gone. I don't know what it was, if it was a little bit of arthritis, or maybe it's just a coincidence that it just went away by itself or healed or whatever, but it's gone. So that was just a little miracle, because now I realize I'm thinking about it all the time. Oh, don't walk that way, it'll hurt your foot. When I hadn't really been paying attention all these months, I just gotten used to it. And as long as I avoided that particular movement, my foot was fine and I could do everything I needed to do. But it's totally gone. So, and it's been a little over a week actually. So I don't think it's coming back. So that was great. So that was a really fun little healing miracle that I didn't expect, but I appreciate. Now, Wednesday was a really cool miracle day. It was just one of those days, I can't put my finger on it, but where it just felt like everything was going to go right. You just had like this peaceful spiritual feeling over you and your family. God is with you today. And I knew the timing of everything was going to work out great. I don't know. I was just in a great mood with the Spirit of the Lord. Like I knew He was helping us. So first thing was that my friends Angie and Sonia came and picked up Caitlin and McKenna to take them shopping. They came at 9 to take them about an hour away to some good shopping stores. The story behind that is that they are my kids' seminary teacher. These are for teenagers, a Bible study class in the mornings. So in August, they asked Thomas if he needed anything for his mission. And I gave them a few things that he could use. I think it was like some shirts and maybe a suit or some shoes. and they wanted to take him shopping, but he was already a missionary studying Spanish at home, and he wasn't allowed to take the day off and go shopping. So they just went and got him some things, brought it over to the house, showed him, had it try it on. Everything was great. Then they said, oh, we'll take your girl shopping sometime. And I actually like shelved that idea. I'm like, yes, I really like that idea. I'm going to remember this and ask you sometime, because I never take my kids shopping. I don't remember if I ever have before. I mean, we don't have stores here, so I know I haven't here. In Utah, we had great stores. And besides probably taking like the toddlers and stuff, I usually left other kids home. I don't know, but I've definitely never just taken like a mommy-daughter shopping trip, which is so sad because my mom is a fantastic shopper. She took all of us, we have 4 girls in our family. She loved to take us shopping. I'm just a terrible shopper. I like to be efficient with my time. I've never felt like I had time to shop. I'm not good at it. I don't really enjoy it, but I realized I felt bad for never taking them. So anyway, lately they've been really needing a lot of things. There's too many of us that are the same size and not enough clothes and shoes to go around, and particularly like jeans. So McKenna was always borrowing mine. I only had 1 pair. Anyway, they needed some clothes, and so I just texted her and was just like, hey, if you're still interested in taking them shopping, I would love that, you know. And so they picked them up and took them shopping the whole day. They had a great time. They got to eat lunch out. They just had fun hanging out with these 2 fantastic women. They're a little bit older than I am. Sonia's never had children of her own before or grandchildren, so she really had a great time being able to take my girls out. And I've told you in the vlog that her husband was the one who got us our cow a couple years back, so they're just fantastic friends. Both super sweet to my kids. So I really appreciated it. We're not really close, and so that just made it even more special that they'd be willing to do this for us. So while they were gone, I took Thomas and the other kids to town to do some errands and some odd jobs. Wednesdays are kind of our biggest odd job day. I dropped Thomas off at the senior center. He was going to help them do bingo and do some things there. And he couldn't decide between helping us with our odd jobs as some service and letting us keep the money, or helping the senior center. And I thought, just do the senior center. It'll all work out. So I dropped Thomas off at the senior center, and then I was driving through town and I saw the ticket center where we were supposed to buy tickets for the play, A Christmas Carol, the kids are in a couple weeks. And I said, oh no, I forgot to bring my cash to buy the tickets. I was supposed to buy tickets for the college kids and myself and Lori to see the play. And I'm never in town during their office hours. The kids just go to the plays, practices at night after they're closed. So I was like, I couldn't believe I forgot to bring the money. That was a big errand that I really needed to do today. But I said, oh well, I don't have any money. So we went to our other errands, dropped off stuff at Goodwill, and went and got our tires fixed because there was a problem with our new tires, but got that all settled. Sang at the nursing home, and everything just kind of lined up perfectly. You know, like I was afraid to do the tires before singing because we had an appointment to sing. We sing at the same time every week. And the tires just finished like the exact time we needed to, and we were able to get to the next place and the next place. So it worked out perfect. And right when we were done singing, we went to the appointment to clean the windows for this sweet lady. We cleaned her windows. We're having a good time. Worked out perfectly. And then when she left, she handed me a little bill, and I expected like $20 or $30 or something. And when I opened it up, it was $100. $100. I couldn't believe she gave me that much. I went back and told her, I gave me way too much. And she just hugged me and said, no, I just feel like I should give you all that much money. It really meant a lot to me for me to help you. And, you know, cleaning windows is pretty easy and her house is spotless. So it was an easy job, but I was just so happy. And I got back in the car and I was like, look, you know, we got $100. And the kids are like, now you can buy the tickets. I mean, it was like so perfect because all the tickets I needed to buy was almost $100. And so I was like, you are so right. So we grabbed our groceries, ran over to the ticket center, and was able to give them our money, $100. So I was able to buy all the tickets. Then we went and picked up Thomas. He was done just in time. It was just like perfect. And we went home and made dinner, and that worked out perfectly. We like used up all these leftovers, like the turkey and the carrots and celery from the freezer. So I just felt like it was a pretty free dinner, you know, like didn't cost us any money. I don't know. It's just like this cool feeling of everything working out perfectly. And I know the Lord orchestrated that to have the money for the tickets and to get all of our jobs done that we needed to. Oh yeah, and we walked the dog, and it was just we just all felt really good about what we got done that day. And the last blessing of the week is, again, that Thomas is home and able to take the kids to Christmas Carol practice It's about 3 nights a week. And it's just so, so helpful for me because usually I have so much to do for my business, but I don't have a good chunk of time to do it. Like I try to do it like from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 before I was taking them to the rehearsal and having to make dinner and stuff. But the kids are home and they're talking to me and they're needing something. And usually it's something helpful. Like I've asked them to clean out the dryer vents like under the house. And so they come and tell me, how it's going. So I'm always interrupted by good things with the kids. So it's really hard. But it's just a peace of mind. It's a very mental thing. Knowing that they are going to be gone out of the house to rehearsal for about 3 straight hours, that I will have those hours to work. And I'm able to spend more time with them during the day, like get more absorbed in the homeschooling, or when they need me, really be absorbed with it, knowing I have some set hours to work. It's just a huge blessing. So I'm so grateful that Thomas is home and able to do that. I'm grateful that they're in the play and that I've had the time. They've also had a few jobs before the play practice. So a couple of times lately in the past couple of weeks, they've been able to go to town a little bit earlier than that. So I'll even have like a bigger chunk of time to work. So it's great. I'm just feeling really good about my business, about the holidays coming, about staying on top of things. And for me, that's a big mental thing. When I'm feeling behind in my business, too much to do, overwhelmed, then I just get so cranky with the kids and thinking there's just no way I can get anything done. There's no way I can earn money. There's no way. All of the negative brain chatter. So it's really nice to have the time to work and to have Thomas here, knowing I can send him to do errands if I need him to, or to take the kids, and I can have a lot more time at home to focus on my business, earning money for the family, and I haven't just had the negative brain chatter. So I'm really grateful. I hope that you've had a great week. I hope you're seeing the Lord's hand in your life. I hope especially this Christmas season that you'll continue to see little miracles for yourself, and also feel the promptings of when you need to be a miracle for somebody else, because that is the best feeling. I might do a video on that soon, because I just love the feeling of giving to others. That's what really makes my day, even more than receiving. It's just so much better to give. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye-bye.